Sup guys, I'm AUSSIE Metalhead and I'm doing 150 cast albums by the end of the year. I'm also doing Rage Mist, which I thought was going to be capstoned by Whole Lotta Red, but considering the fact that that drops on December and that was the anniversary, seems like Rage likes to drop their shit on Christmas. So there's two projects I have to react to today, which is ENCORE, which I'm probably going to release this instantly afterwards. It's 9 a.m. Usually I record these things at like 2 p.m. and then upload them at midnight. But I'm going to upload them as quickly as possible. And then I'm doing Bloodstone Christmas or whatever. And that's probably going to be uploaded at my normal scheduled time at midnight. I don't usually even do daily uploads, but I'm going to be doing 2 uploads today because you guys, these people like to drop it, and these are my 2 favorite artists so far. I feel like above it, like Slayer has the highest rated. I need to look more into his stuff, but Blood and Shay, I feel like the most interesting one. Where like Slayer has got his own sound down, and it's cohesive. Shay and Blood feels like there's more in the bank that they would be able to do, and they feel very exciting, like they're very talismanic figures in the scene. So I'm very curious to jump into this one. Obviously have not heard a single track off of it, but yeah, let's get into it.
This what y'all wanted, right? They said they need more bass. Let's give it to them, bass god.
Alright. I love the clarity that Shay always has in his beats. They always feel like they have a level of polish above others. This is a good fucking start and track. The energy's sick. Ooh. There's such a flow to his like vocal performance. It's a bit like ad-libby, like Cardi, like on music, but it feels like it has like a bit more substance, a bit more flow to it. I like it. Like you can ride his vocals a bit. Pretty fucking sick. All of the video game like gun side of sound effects are just sick. I love Rage for that. It's a bit more terminally online sort of stuff, so they incorporate more like interesting like nostalgic sounds, which makes it so you can't really get that vibe from anywhere else, because no other, like, you're not going to hear Geese put in a fucking helicopter chopper from like fucking the chopper gunner from Modern Warfare 2 into their music. You're just not going to get that. I really like this. I really like it. Also, if you haven't watched me before, I do ratings on the side. This is my first listen, so you can basically gauge where I'm at. This is basically a 7.5 for me at the moment. It could go up, it could go lower. That's what happens when I re-listen to these multiple times, which I will go into my Discord, and I'll post my ratings there when I'm fully listened to the album multiple times. This might be the first time where you'll be able to see that in real time. If you watch this video, if you're very early, and you go into my Discord, I'm going to be re-listening to this multiple times over throughout the day, so hours later I'll be posting it, and you can see my updated ratings on that. I'm basically posting into Discord so you guys can chat to me about the ratings. On my album of the year, I write with a little review of that, because, I don't know, you get more in-depth thoughts on it, and then I'm going to be posting it to TikTok at some point. I've been very lackluster on that website. For exposure, I posted with a cute little graphic, that sort of thing. You might have seen them. I used to have like the maroon background of my stuff, and I used to do classic reviews. Some of my stuff got like 500, 600,000 views on that shit, but yeah, pretty good, just pretty good. And as I said, the production, oh fuck off, Notepad is chilling out, not chilling out, but yeah, as I said, this Shay just has a quality and a polish to him that makes it seem like he stands out from the rest. I find Blood has that quality and polish, but he has that also mental illness to make the out beats and like the vocal effects that he does. Well, like Shay feels like he took exactly what Cardi was doing, which is like the, I don't know, to use a music history thing like a Chuck Berry, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna make this a bit more streamlined, a bit more polished, that sort of thing. So I like what Che is doing here, and it's a pretty good to great track. Also, my average rating is 6.2. I think that's solely because I listen to more good music than bad. I try and aim for a 5 out of 10 average. So this is pretty high up there. There you go. Ooh. Oh, there's like a typical like barony beat, but like there's this like crunchy industrial element underneath. I like that. I don't know if I'm just crazy, but I feel like Che does the whole like party styling of like multiple different voices, but better. I really like Che. There's a bit of crash though, similar to like Revenge Seeker's glass shattering. It's interesting. We love that chopper sound effect in this encore. I feel like this is good for now. This might change on re-listens, obviously, but I think it's pretty good. It doesn't have the same energy as King of Rock, where he felt like he had his flow that you could ride off of a bit more. It was a bit more great, but still pretty good track, yeah. It has a nice, interesting aspect to its beats. I'll pause it for a second. For me, Osama-san, I always call him Osa Mason, but Osama-san, my issue with some of his projects is they feel a bit safe when it comes to the production, and then his vocal performances for me don't pop off as much as like a Rex V2, which you will see that soon. I did Winner's Circle, or a Che, or something like that. I like that Che's beats, they have a bit of like a safe quality, a bit more of a typical Rage thing, but there's always like one or two elements that make it a bit interesting, like this crunchy little industrial thing underneath here, the chopper sound effects, that sort of thing. And his vocal performances, I think, complement his beats a lot better than some other Rage artists. Yeah, I just fuck with it. He just feels like talented and very unique. And his bro's like fucking 12. He's like 18 years old or some shit like that too. So he has a lot more room to grow, and he's already starting at like a really fucking good foundation. Like on closed captions, which you will see uploaded here at some point. I'm just doing 2025 projects by the end of the year, and then you'll see the ones that are recorded that were older projects uploaded after. But like closed captions, you can see at like a 15, 16-year-old Che that he has just a fucking, he has a charisma. He has that sort of vibe to him. It's just sick. Yeah, top tier. Alright, a bit more pretty.
DJ Renaissance.
Alright, I really like the prettier keys. Oh. Am I high? I swear there wasn't as many chopper sound effects in the first part of Rest in Days. But I like it. Oh, it's just I love this. I love it. Damn, I didn't know he had this in his bag. I don't remember hearing this sort of like flow, this sort of like demeanor from him. It's sick. This is like at least a 9. Like, this is amazing, bro. What the fuck? Also, the beat is gorgeous. Like, I don't know, it's more key focus, I guess. It just makes it a bit prettier. And then his vocals kind of fit it. It's nice. It's nice. Good project so far. I feel like Che can't make a bad project there, right? Like, I haven't done Say So Says. I plan to do that, but like, it seems like he can't make a bad project. Ooh. I don't know if I've seen him do like 4.5 minute songs. I wonder how this works out. I'm sure there's a beat switch somewhere. Yeah, he just has so much charisma, bro. It's like one of those like artists that like a floor raiser because of just their demeanor. Where like The Weeknd, you can't make a shit song because his voice is just that good. It's kind of like that with Shay, it feels. I really do like how he plays with like the more melodic strands of Rage. As much as like this beat is less interesting than the other ones, it's just, I don't know, it's pretty. I like it. It's just like a bit more of a, this is like probably the first track that feels like a deluxe. I feel like King of Rock might be an 8, and it's a 7.5 so far, but obviously subject to change. It's a bit monotonous compared to like his other stuff. Like he's writing the same sort of stuff. It's interesting because like, I'll pause it. With Rage music, right? It is so maximalist that it feels like it is forcing you to give its attention. I wouldn't be surprised if 99% of Rage fans have ADHD as fuck. It is just so dopamine filled, right? And this one feels like an interesting track because it doesn't have that sort of aspect to it. It doesn't, despite it's in the Rage genre, it doesn't feel like it's trying to get your attention that much. It just has like a pretty simple beat that has like the Rage quality here. It's just like the fact that like the bass is a bit more distorted than usual, but it's not like hitting you in the face with it. And then he's kind of doing this like really passive sort of performance on the top of it. And it just feels like it goes antithetical to like what Rage usually encompasses. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. I think it's actually quite decent, but it's just an interesting diversion because I don't really think I've heard much Rage where it isn't trying to fucking aggressively throttle you to give it attention. And this track just doesn't seem to be doing that. I wonder if there's like some people that like the more low-key sound of this. Yeah. I guess like the closest I can think is maybe like Pretty Fun. There's like a bit of like a polish to them. That gives them a, which by the way, Pretty Fun will be out soon. I record like 3 a day, so, and I do daily uploads for now. Plan to go to like 2 uploads a week. Interesting beat switch. I don't know if I love it actually. I'll give it a 7 for now. Like I still like it, but I can see this one going down just because it feels less quality. But I do like his vocals a lot.
You finna blow like dynamite. You finna blow like dynamite. Okay, just die, you done tonight. Okay, just die, you done tonight. I tell your love's my kryptonite. I tell your love's my kryptonite. I'm finna plug this.
Yeah, he just has a nice flow. And like vocal delivery. So I feel like it can't be too bad. I'll have like, it can't drop below 5, for example. Or I don't think it will.
You said you in the cars, right? Look at the roof, it got stars. Yeah, you say you tryna go far, right? Bet I can make you a star, right? Just want my hand to be alright. Just want my hand to be alright. You finna blow like dynamite. You finna blow.
That's the longest track on it, right? Yeah, everything else is like normal. It's interesting. What about the original? There's a full Dio Lipid, but that has like a different. I feel like that has a bigger, like from what I've listened to from Shay, right? This is probably like his second longest or longest or third longest or something like that. Especially from the projects I've heard. Dio Lipid feels like it has a much bigger and drastic beat switch to be able to like keep your attention. This one's a lot more low key, and as I said, just it feels so different for what Shay usually makes. So this will take a bit more listens for me to realize. Like, it could be like a 6 or it could be like a 7.5 between that range. I have no idea. It just needs to, I think it needs to sit with me a bit more. But I like his voice. Always will, I'm pretty sure. Cutthroat. I'm expecting some ball to the wall energy. Wait, fuck, there's 2 songs that are based for 4 minutes as well. I'm assuming those are more aggressive songs. A bit like Zillakami vibes on this, right? Which I've only listened to like Dog Boy, but I did like his vibe there, as much as he seems to be a bad person. A bit more trap metal-ish here. It's just so interesting. I wonder if he's inspired by Zillakami stuff, like City Mode shit. It's a 7.5, but I can see it's getting to an 8. It's a pretty great track. I love this energy. Yeah, it's interesting how he's like mixing that trap metal with like a bit more of the rage beat, because we have the outro that's more rage centric, but like the vocal performances are very trap metalish to me. All right. Again, I love the pew pew sort of stuff in Rage. It's cool. All right. I'll give this a 6.5. Y'all take a molly with your bitch. 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 I sit down there like I sit. 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 I pop that molly go. I pop that molly go. I be spilling hot take all of my shoes. I be spilling hot take all of my shoes. All of my niggas they shoot on they roof. That boy off the chain, my dog go. That boy off the chain, my dog go. Where did that shit is Chicago come from? It's very DJ Khaled-y. I'm wondering if that's Swamp Izzo or something. Wait, did he produce all this shit? That'd be pretty best. Nah, Gar.
I put that molly go. Woo. Back up. Go. Back. Go. This is never enough. Back. Hold on, Trump. Hold on, Trump. Hold on, Trump. Hold on. Bass killer, turn me up. Bitch, run for your life. Hey, all I know is spite. Hey, I'm on my down that bite. Hey, my shit like my Tyson. We start to be nice. We roll block like dice. Hey, fuck that little pot nuts. Hey, and my neck that ice. Straight that pop like rice. Straight that pop like rice. Ugly bad bitches. Oh my god, I love my life. Why sell bitches?
I think it's like pretty good to get. Great. Very consistent, solid project, but what do we expect from Che apart from that, right? It's crazy that the vocal stylings are just such earworms. I'll pause it. If more pretentious music listeners might want to just king hit me if I for saying this, but there's something that is very interesting about Che. I feel like and some rage artists that play with their vocals a bit more like this. Like I feel like Rascal plays into the experimental. He does shit with his vocals that you would just never hear, and even if you think it's really good, it's a bit out there. This feels like a bit more normal, a bit more tailored, and the pretentious music listeners, as I said, would probably hate the fact that I actually think that the vocals aren't too dissimilar in not style or anything like that, but like spirit to like The Strokes' Is This It. If you listen to the isolated vocals of The Strokes' Is This It, and then you listen to Someday, just the song itself, it's a very clean, pristine indie rock track. But if you listen to the isolated vocals, that motherfucker looks like he sounds like he's drunk, high, and just fucked out of his head. And I think when it comes to a lot of rage stuff, especially Chase stuff, if you isolated the vocals, that vocal take is actually really fucking hard to do. I would assume that you sounding a bit, what's a polite way? You sound off. Let's just say that. You sound a bit off. And being able to do that without it coming off as cringe, without it coming off as tasteless, without it coming off as all of this as your isolated vocal, and it have still the emotions and everything that you're trying to convey, very impressive. And then also to incorporate that with this sort of rage beat, it kind of masks it a tiny bit the same way that like the indie rock stuff from The Strokes masks the isolated vocal, and it still sounds very clean. Like I feel like Che has a very clean presentation with his entire tracks. They feel like they're more polished than the other people. And I just find it interesting. That's like a little connection I seem to make, where like the isolated vocals, if you gave this, would sound fucking mentally deranged. The same way that like Julian Casablancas from The Strokes sounds mentally deranged if you do the isolated vocals, and it's actually kind of like magical that he's able to make that make that isolated vocal not sound like that when it's accompanied with this production and stuff like that. I think it takes a lot of skill, and I feel like Rage as a whole doesn't get enough love, especially from like album of the year, that sort of thing. I felt like the same thing sort of happened with the like SoundCloud breakouts from my high school, which is like Juice WRLD and Lil Peep and that sort of thing. They didn't get enough love. As you can see, like emo rap has like a 70 for their highest, and Rage, apart from like the last two projects from Lucy Bedrock and Slayer, right? They didn't have a single classic on album of the year. Emo rap didn't have any classics either. There just seems to be something about the, I guess, like youth culture of SoundCloud, and whatever they're tapping into that I think deserves really nice plaudits. They just don't seem to get it from critics or from the music critic community. Yeah, and I think it's kind of sad, but there is a lot of talent here, and I feel like if you looked past like the veneer of it just looking like chaos, you would see that. Yeah. Ooh, nice little transition. Well, not transition, but fade out. Here comes the sirens. Why are we in a specs op mission? Tell me, Shay. This one has a much like stronger like southern rap vibe of it, right? Like the 2000s sort of, I don't know, like 2 Chainz, Kevin Gates sort of Lil Wayne era. There's a bit of a vibe of that, yeah. As much as I say that, I like that appreciation, a bit of nod. I don't know if I love this song as much as the other one. Oh no, yeah. But now, might seem harsh. I think it's just decent and good. Like there's a lot of potential here. And it's still decent, but like, doesn't blow my socks off. I'm assuming if you like Iron Music, you'd like this song a lot. Because like the beat feels more disconnected from the vocals than I would like. But that was like kind of the theme on Iron Music. Still quite a bit I like about this track though. Just like there's just passages that feel a bit repetitive that don't. Well, like the repetitive nature of other tracks wouldn't bother me, but here it does. Kick, wow. That's cool, I like it. Ooh, one thing I guess I haven't touched more on like the type of beats of it, I guess. What I really like is like the there's like a movement of the beat in the back. That bass there, I miss your main space. That distortion there, the way that it flows, it has like a wavy motion to it that I actually really fuck with. And it's one of the things that I think is really unique to Rage. I heard it on even the first track of Psychotic, right? And as much as I didn't like that song as an overall thing, the passage I really enjoyed was the beat, and especially the solo, because it allowed it to shine. You get to see it a bit more the way that it's happening here, where the way that Rage artists are able to like do this very new thing where you play with the bass and distortion in this way where you're turning it into its own instrument because it has its own flow. It's like bass and distortion is usually used as a way to like a veneer over the already like existing teeth, right? And the way that you're like Rage artists are turning like the bass into like an actual instrument into the teeth itself is really interesting, because like there's not I don't know any music theory, but I've watched some videos on it. I would assume that it's fucking impossible to write what note that bass flow was, but you can tell the change. And what we have notes for is just to delineate the change between the sounds and then how that melody arises out of it. But there's like maybe not a melody that comes out of that bass and how it flows and wobbles and stuff like that. But there's a detailed change that we just, I think on music theory wise, we just haven't gotten up to that point where we'd be able to incorporate that or understand it. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but like, that's the reason why I feel like a part of Rage is very unique, because we have these new tools. 1997 is when autotune comes out. It feels autotune, despite the fact that a lot of the vocals here do have some autotune, but it's not as reliant as you might think. That technological advancement, that sort of thing, kind of led to itself to having like trap, all of that, and trap birthing Rage, right? And it just feels like it's a new medium that is being discovered, and I find it very interesting, and I'd like to, like, I'm very interested in where it goes, because it does feel tangibly just like a new genre, the way that trap destroyed the entire scene. You know. Yeah, this is just an interesting fucking beat, dude. Who produced it? CXO and K. Served the bass. I swear there's a song that I listen to that has the same name, but it just doesn't have the dollar sign. It might be from one of the reactions I haven't uploaded yet. The meme horn. Again, I don't know, maybe I'm just, my feelings are waned if I just, it's decently good. I will re-listen to the stuff, obviously. I like a lot of the elements going on, but it hasn't like moved me as much as like a Holy Moly or King of Rock or Cutthroat or maybe even Monster. Like these tracks more feel like deluxe, which it is. It's a deluxe, so it's fine to have that, but it's not like its own separate project, but. I guess like the equivalent I can think of it as is, I'm a massive Weeknd fan, right? In saying that, I actually haven't listened to a lot of his albums front to back, but I've listened to like 30 of his songs fucking religiously, to the point where he's like on my top artists all the time, right? And I was happy with Hurry Up Tomorrow. It was a bit bloated. I was happy with it. I didn't give a fuck. Like, it's like your final project under the Weeknd moniker, and I don't give a shit if there's like 30 songs on there and there's like 5 that I don't like that aren't the best, but it's like I'm still enjoying it because I'm such a massive fan that even though like the flaws, I'm going to enjoy that art exists out there. And I'm assuming there is like a pretty strong contingent of Shay fans that are very similar, whereas like this, because I'm not as big of a Shay fan as I am like the Weeknd, something like this is the deluxe version. Am I going to fuck with it a shit ton, like Dirty Sprite or something like that? Am I going to fuck with it a shit ton in the future? No. Do I wish that it never existed? No, because the same way that I was the Weeknd fan and I'm fine with the extra songs that are on Hurry Up Tomorrow, I know that this, despite even maybe this is a lower level track for people, I don't know if it, the general masses love this song or whatever when it comes to Shay fans, but even those lower cuts, it's like you would love it more, still love that it exists. The same way that like if you listen to like watch a fucking show and it's literally Kino for 4 seasons, you probably still want it to go another 4 seasons even if it just goes to good, because it's like I'm already in the world, I love the world, I'm a part of it, I'm a fan. And I feel like this, for maybe not this track in particular because I need to listen to it more, but like Dirty Sprite kind of felt like that to me a tiny bit, this a tiny bit to me, in a similar vein, but I'm still glad it exists, you know? He's doing a lot more of the baby voice. Was it that common on the first one? Feels like there's more chopper sounds than baby voice. It's interesting. I like that. Oh yeah, this is good at least. He's in this like, I feel like a more traditional bag with his vocal performance here, which is I like. Yeah, good shit. Also, I'm assuming this next song is like, I'll pause it just so I don't ruin any of it for talking. I'm assuming you guys are fucking hyped with this because I don't know if they've worked together, but they seem to be like the two kings of the underground at the moment. So I'm curious to jump onto it. Summer Sun hasn't fully grabbed me yet, but I know Che has. So I'm curious how they work as a dynamic together. I like this beat. Who did it? Is it Gyro? Is it CXO? Gyro, fuck yeah. Or Gyro. I think for now it's good. It's interesting because I feel like with Summer Sun he has a more straightforward song structure. Goes out, doesn't go out of bounds as much as Che does. The beat was interesting. I liked that. I don't know. It's interesting. This one will need more time for me to mull over because it feels like definitely a melding of styles instead of like one going into the other. Like actually more so it feels like maybe Che's going into a Summer Sun sort of. Yeah, there we go. The Summer Sun's vibe a bit more. I don't know. I need to listen to this one more. It's interesting. I do like the type of bassy. Like there still feels like a polish to it. I like the production. Yeah. I don't know. Alright. I really do love these like punch you in your teeth sort of grabs for attention. I really like when his vocals are in this ballpark. This little yearner. This Che Yerna style, where he just he's a little smitten guy. He has a little blush all over his cheeks. Yeah, it's like an 8.5. I love Smitten Che where he's kicking his feet on his bed. He's just a cutie patootie. I like that one. Oh, this feels a bit more futurish. The type of like vocal that was there. That's cool. I think this is pretty great. I love his vocal pace though. He's easily probably one of the most like versatile vocalists in the scene. This might be like an 8.5 itself. Like these 3 songs in particular, fucking standouts, like top tier standouts. This is a pretty good project. Ooh, he's really going with a bang at the end here, dude. What the fuck with the lyrics though? Stick my ass. Another fucking top tier energy track dude.
Okay, here's the catch. A little bit of me all day. My niggas, we keeping it cool. My niggas, we keeping it clean. Yeah, I fuck her since she can't walk. I fuck her, she never will leave. I fuck her since she can't walk. I fuck her, she never will leave. I never fucking my hoe. I never fucking my hoe.
Ooh. I love this beat, dude. I love how that fucking industrial sort of sounding staticky shit. I love how it sounds. It's so fucking well produced. They went with the end here, bang. I can already tell from this beat and this cute patootie fucking vibe. I'm gonna like this song too. This entire like back half, fucking amazing. I love this cutie patootie call. I actually really love when these rage artists get into like their little sentimental vibe. You know, their little love bugs. They'll walk up with a little boom box on the top of their head. They'll give them the flowers. It's cute. I love when the production is that bright. That's nice. What a king. Someone should buy him a diamond encrusted tiara. This shit's fucking cute. I like it. Pretty good project. It was waning a tiny bit in the middle half for me, but it fucking came out and knocked you out at the end. That was sick. Che, again, continues to solidify himself as like one of the most promising artists when it comes from the underground. You could even argue the most promising. Especially with like his young, like his age and that sort of thing, his production, the amount of like just stuff he's able to come out with and it be of decent quality. The producers that he works with, but it's also like a lot of his stuff is imported by him. So he has incredible talent when it comes from the production side of it and when it comes from like the just like talented like showman side of it, right? Just incredibly good project. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm very glad that I live in Australia because I was with my partner's family on Christmas. So if I was in America, this would have been mega late, but luckily it's 10 a.m. 26 for AU, but I'm 10 hours ahead on a decent amount of American time, so it just hit midnight for you. So this has been out for like probably maybe like 18 hours today, something like that. And I'm glad I can get it out as quickly as possible because I'm going to be hit upload right after. Also, if you enjoyed this reaction, thank you so much. If you watched this far, that's support enough. But if you want to support further, you can go to my Patreon. My Patreon is $5 a month. You get early access by like months ahead of time when it comes to a lot of projects that aren't current year release dates like this one. If you want to see a whole lot of red or something like that, that was on there for months ahead of time. Dialit's been there for like 7 months. Rodeo been there for like 7 months. DS2 months, that sort of thing, right? if you want to listen to those ones, you can go to my Patreon, and they're going to be there, $5 a month. And then also on top of that, you get requests. You can get one request of a non-classic. What is a classic, you might say? Well, a classic is the 300 that I list on my little image as my pinned post on my Patreon. You can pick 2 from there for a month. It's $5. It's, by the way, redeemable every month. Also, I'm planning to do a little, if you want to be a long-term sub, 6 months, you might get a free reaction. You get to pick whatever album you want. It's a free reaction. I will say, though, it is 90 minutes or less. Depending on the album, if it's a double album and it's like fucking Stevie Wonder or like Melancholy or something like that, that's fine. But I'm not going to do, for the same amount of money, I do a 30-minute project, $5, to do Lil B's fucking 9-hour mixtapes. That's the reason why I have that stipulation. It is flexible, though. If you give me, like, yeah. Anyway, if you want to sub there, that would be sick. It actually really helps me out, because I'm not really loaded, so any money helps. Pays for my rent, pays for my food, pays for probably upgrades. Like, I might get a better mic, I might get a better headset. This is still like a $300 headset. I like it, but people want me to buy a new headset, so that sort of thing. All of that will go into that. More storage, because I need to house all these things just in case they get taken down. All that jazz. That's where the money would be going to. Yeah, and I massively appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love and adore you. You fans have actually been fucked. Like, Rest and Bass fans have been so supportive. It is crazy. My entire channel, success, and whatever metric you want to consider my stuff a success, that is down to Shay fans. That's just down to Shay fans, because all of you Rage fans absolutely love Shay, and then popped off all my other Rage reactions afterwards. So thank you so much. I am deeply grateful. I appreciate you a lot. Peace.